Hey, buddy, what's going on? Sorry, I've been on the phone here for a little bit. Last couple of days been pretty busy. Had Mom had some signings. Had to do some paperwork on, and Forrest had 4 teeth out. Um, that whole thing, I just don't get it. But anyway, he had four teeth pulled out, and they're gonna do some kind of. His teeth are all fucked up, so he's gonna do some kind of a implant thing. Again, I don't understand it. If you got, not to be mean, but he never took care of his teeth. So that's why he's got shit for teeth. Never flosses, never brushes, nothing. And never goes to the dentist. And so his teeth are really fucked up. Yes, you will. So what happened is, years ago, when I did take a hair off the phone there. When they always think the money's coming in. Anyway, years and years ago, like 15 years ago, they had this specialist that was going to do some work on his teeth, and they were going to, instead of getting dentures, they were going to pull out some of the bottom teeth and some of the top teeth, and then the ones that they weren't going to pull out, they were going to grind down to little nubs, and then affix false teeth like on them so that they would be permanent. And again, I'm not a dentist, so I don't understand the whole concept of this thing, but it would be, permanent teeth. It wouldn't be dentures. Okay. So back then, I think they spent on credit cards. They spent like $10,000 on his teeth, and it was going to cost another $20,000. So it would have been $30,000 altogether. Anyway, those kind of things just in my head, I get a headache thinking about that stuff. I mean, when you never take care of your teeth and you let them rot and you don't go to the dentist and all this kind of shit, then you spend an inordinate amount of money to fix what you fucked up. It's really hard for me to gather. Yes, she doesn't like when I get upset, so I'm trying to be kind of calm with them. She really helps me a lot being calm. But anyway, because of that, just kind of funny. But they decided to go this way anyway. So they spent $10,000 in getting this part done. Well, this was, like I say, 15 years ago. Well, they never had the money, and they lost the credit, and of course, they went bankrupt, just a couple years ago. So, his teeth were halfway done, and now he's got abscesses where they've not done the work. Because after they did the first round of work, it was supposed to be like 6 months to a year, and then they do the second round. Well, it's been that time and more because they don't have any money or credit to put on the teeth. So for 15 years, he's just been getting worse, and he has little nubs and stuff. And when he was in London, he went to a dentist there, and they said, your teeth are really jacked up because you've done half the work and then just let it go. Should they put kind of like fake crowns on or something? I don't know. But the whole thing's a hodgepodge work anyway. So now he comes back here, and he's got 3 abscesses. These 2 teeth had a bunch of pus underneath, and this one had one because of all the work that was done. And then, of course, he doesn't clean his teeth and that kind of stuff. So the more I think about it, I was thinking, wow, you're an idiot, So now, Mom says, well, we've got to do something about it. Remember, they just went through a bankruptcy, lost the house. They went through a bankruptcy and a foreclosure. They lost the house. Okay. They're getting credit cards now again. Okay. And what are they doing? They're getting to the point where they won't be able to pay off their credit cards. It's like a cycle. And I'm thinking, it's, to me, in my estimation, in my humble opinion, to have a credit card's fine, but you use it as a backup. Like maybe you have $5,000 credit card or something like that, and if something happens to your car or something, then you use it for that, and then you pay it off. You know what I mean? You don't fix somebody's teeth with it. So it's going to cost $15,000 to fix his teeth. Now they're going to go a different way, which is a cheaper way, but it's going to cost $15,000. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to put it on a credit card and go back into debt. And my name's not on it. I mean, that's why my credit's so shot. I'm glad, actually, because I can't be used in that. I'm just kind of, saying, oh, I can't do it, can't help you. And it was kind of broached, the topic was kind of broached, well, can we borrow money from the house? I said, absolutely not. Zero. That's not going to go at all. It's my property. I'm not doing anything. There's no, I'm not refinancing it. That's bullshit. I'm not going to do that for anything, not just his teeth, for anything. If my car goes out or your car goes out or whatever, then I guess we don't have a car. But that's the one asset that I have that I'm not fucking with, period. And I told her, I said, if it gets to the point where it's too much, then maybe you have to move. Because I'm not, that's the one thing I have. That's the one thing in my life that I have, is this house. That's all I got. And I'm not going to give it away for some dumbass. Especially, oh yeah, the deal's going to come in tomorrow. We know that that's bullshit. And I am not biting that. So that was backed off real quick, which was good. And by law, they can't because it is under my name. So that's good. So anyway, they're going to use their credit cards. Well, he went down, and it cost like $2,000 to extract his teeth and do all this kind of stuff, put it on a card. So that's where he was the other day. And, he comes back, and he's feeling bad and all that kind of stuff, and now he's getting better with the teeth and whatever. But it's just like, it's one thing after another with this guy. Anyway, I watched your videos a couple times because I really wanted to kind of soak it in my head. And I'm not arguing with you at all. I thought of what you said, and I think that you had some very astute observations and good points. One is, you're right. I think if Forrest were to die, were to leave permanently, Mom would have a chance. Okay, she'd have a chance to rebound. I can't tell you if she can, I can tell you she can. I can't tell you if she will or not. That's the free will thing. That's in how I believe Scripture is. We have free will. God's not going to make us do anything. So we have free will. If you choose to go down that path, another path that's detrimental to yourself, that's up to you. But I can tell you what, I'm not a part of it. So I completely agree. If Forrest was gone, it would be a different scenario. Now, I think I would have more influence then, because at that point it would be like, hey, we're not going to do this. You don't have anybody else to kind of support these wacko fucking ideas. And with Forrest gone, there's nobody in the family. In fact, most of the family just kind of doesn't really broach that topic as far as Forrest gazillion-dollar deals. It's bullshit. And I think everybody knows it, but they just kind of keep it to themselves because nobody feeds into it. So I think there's hope on the horizon as far as that's concerned. When he goes, until he goes, there's no hope, because for her, I think it is damaged, and I think you're absolutely right. I think if you look in the DSM-4, DSM-5 that we use for psychologists, it's called brief psychotic disorder. Brief shared psychotic disorder. And what it is one person's psychosis basically rubs off on another person's, and they believe things that are not believable because they have a hint of truth to them. And the God thing is really hard, because if somebody says, God told me to do it, there's good and bad in that too, because there are people that have said that Satan's told them to do stuff, or God told them to do stuff that was totally wrong. and it's an argument you can't penetrate because you can't speak for God or speak for the devil. It's just kind of a nebulous entity. And if you use scripture, you can usually back it up and say, well, let's see what God's made of. God's made of love. God's made of logic. God's made of, empathy, trust. But he's also made of the ability to do things and not kind of lie and cheat and steal. So, and I look at what Forrest has done, and he has lied, he has cheated, he has stolen from a lot of people a lot of money. And the legacy that he's going to leave behind is amazingly corrupt. I mean, I can name on both hands and every finger somebody he's screwed financially, and they've died, and their relatives didn't get any money from it. They basically were snapped dry. Bob Green is one guy I know for a fact, to the tune of, at last count, around $300,000. And when I knew about it was going at $10,000 a month. But when I knew about it, when it was, and that's when the last couple of years of his life. So you figure $10,000 a month, a year is $120,000. So 2 years, $240,000, and so I know it's well over $300,000 because he had given quite a bit more before then. But his heirs received nothing. His inheritance was spent through this process. And that's just one guy. I can go through a litany of other people. Some are still alive, some are not. And nobody has received dime one back. So, anyway, that's the legacy he will leave behind. Of misery, of financial ruin, of physical ruin, and just betrayal and mistrust. Is that a godly way to look? Is that a godly life to look at? Don't think so. And so, what they're doing here, I don't get it. I don't understand it all, but I'm not a part of it. And, he will eventually go, whenever that is. And then my mom will have a second chance. I just hope he will go soon, so that, and I'm not saying that meanly. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that as ill will to anybody. I'm just saying I hope he goes soon, so that mom can have a decent rest of her life, because she's got a positive attitude, she's smart, and we even talked about her thinking about getting back in real estate. I think that would push her over the edge if he went. I think at that point she would have no other way to do it but that. And then at that point I understand, and I'm not even really asking her to pay for my loans back, because there's no way she can. But if she can just take care of herself for a while, that'd be nice. Then I could maybe have somewhat of a life the rest of my life. So just wanted to kind of touch the bases with you about what you said, and because it just kind of impacted me. I wanted to kind of think about it for a little bit before I responded. But no, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, and I think that that's kind of where we're at. Another thing, positive, is I'm now down to 262 pounds, which means I've lost 26 pounds. And I can't believe how much better I feel. I like the workout. I'll do it again tomorrow, which is Friday, of course, today. And but I like it. I feel alive. I feel I've got more energy. And sometimes it's hard. It's not easy, but I like the end result. Now today, after a month of doing this, I took my day off. I had a T-bone steak, a salad with real salad dressing, because you're not allowed to have real salad dressing, so I had real salad dressing. No bread, because I just felt like bread and pasta would be too much. But I did have a 1/4 pound of See's chocolates, which is like a little, I don't have any more, but a little box, like 8 candies. And that's all I wanted. And Mom did it too, which was great. So the steak is actually on her diet. We can have that. But I just wanted a real, T-bone steak and cook that. And then I wanted really good salad. And we can have salad. We just can't have it with the salad dressing. So I put salad dressing on it. That was the only difference. So really the only thing I did different was the See's candies. And I had 8 of those little candies. And to me, and my mom, mom was saying, well, let's get a pound each. I'm like, no, I want to get a half pound each. It's a small box, eight chocolates. I want to satiate it. I don't want to feel stuffed and feel bloated. I just want to, do it. And I know tomorrow when I wake up, I know I will have gained some weight, and I'm okay with that because I'm more pumped now to do another 2 weeks of this diet. This way of, it's not even a diet, this way of living is fantastic. I really, really enjoy it. So that's kind of my thing. I know, like you say, I was 260 pounds today, 262 pounds today. I bet you I'm 266. I bet you I gained 3 or 4 pounds because it's all sugar. I know that. And I have had no sugar. I've only had Truvia. So, and I've had no cream. I had coffee with cream too. That's another thing because I don't have cream. I had a coffee with cream. It tasted so good because I haven't had coffee with cream for a month. I've had it with almond milk. It's not that good. But, and so I just basically don't do coffee at all now. And I'm fine with that. I didn't have any withdrawals or something because I just don't drink coffee that often. But today I had the chocolate with a cup of coffee and real cream and the See's candies, and that was a super treat. I mean, I feel so satiated. I feel like, yes. And I'm excited about tomorrow, about getting back on this thing and rocking and rolling and see where I go because I know I've gained a little bit of weight, but it'll go back quickly because it was basically just sugar, a little bit of fat with the cream and the candy, but no carbs, no breads and pastas because those things stick on me. I know that, and I love bread, but I'm just thinking, this is the thing. I satiated my little appetite thing there for the sugar, and I'm done. And I feel really good. In fact, I think the sugar kind of came a little high because I haven't had sugar for so long. But I'm looking forward to get back on this thing tomorrow and kicking ass. So this is kind of a long one. That's why I put it on YouTube. But I'll let you watch it, and then after I see it's been watched, I'll probably delete it because I don't want this out there. It's just such a long one. I didn't want to put it anywhere else. So, all right, my brother. God bless you. Take care. Oh, I was saying also, forgot, congrats on the listing. That kicks ass, the signing. That's super. And $100 is nice because it's straight to you, under the table. You don't have to worry about declaring it and all that kind of shit. I wouldn't think if you paid your cash, and plus, what a great way to meet somebody that's going to probably do this a couple more times. And if he's got a notary and says, hey, you've got your license, let's do this thing. That's the way to do it. And $100, I mean, think about that. That's a day's driving. That's a complete day's driving in one shot. Good job. Kudos to you. And then you're not waiting for 3 weeks to get paid. You're getting it right then. So kudos to you, man. That's really good. And I'm hoping and praying, literally, that you get more of those because I think that will really, get the desired result, which is make more money and have more time on yourself. You know what I mean? So, sorry for this taking so long to get to you. I just kind of wanted to think a little bit before I said this last one. And again, man, love you, bro. Looking forward to seeing you at some time, and looking forward to my vacation on May. I really am. I'm ready to go fishing. I'm ready to kind of get out for a little bit. So I'm trying to make as much money as I can so I can have a little bit of money. I'm not going to go nuts, but I'd like to have a couple $100. I've already paid for my trip up there, except for the gas. So I just kind of want to have a couple bucks so I can go up there and fish and I don't know if you want to Skype or not, or if you don't, that's fine. But if you do want to Skype when I'm up there, maybe we can take a time where I'm going to have my computer up with me anyway, because I'd like to Skype and talk to you and see what's going on. And I'll be sending you pictures about the fish and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, brother, take care.